creative friends, finally I am back. I'm still around, alive and kicking. My hair's still crazy, but yes, I am still around, and thanks for all the messages that you've sent to check that I was still, you know, doing things. As I've mentioned a few times before, my shop, the mixedmediastore.com.au, shameless plug here, is doing quite well and keeping me really busy packing orders, and I'm so grateful that I'm able to bring all the mixed media goodies around the world to my fellow Aussie artists. So I don't mind being busy doing something I love and spreading my passion. I'll be honest, I got a bit knocked back last year. It's been a year now when my little dog Poppy died. He was my bestie for 16 years, and you know, I still struggle to talk about it without crying. See what I mean? But it did knock me back a little bit, knock me out. You know, I still did some art all that time, and well, during that time, you know, trying to grieve and get used to this new stage in my life, I guess, because if you have a dog or a pet, you know how, you know, they are little babies, you know how attached we are to them, so I don't need to explain here. I know you understand what I'm talking about. And so basically, you know, I still did a bit of art during that grieving process, but I didn't really feel like doing videos, and I did one here and there, but just wasn't quite in, you know, didn't have that mojo still. So I sort of focused on the shop a bit more, and that's also why I've been a little bit away. Still do a lot of art. I do struggle being in the studio as such, I have to admit, and I don't know if that's something you guys can relate to, but I have been feeling a bit unsettled and not really finding my inner peace, I guess. So I've been moving my studio around the house in different places, and I'll set it all up and it all feels great, and I've got all the supplies around me, new solutions for storing things, so that always gets me excited. And then I'll do a little bit, and then somehow before too long I'll find an excuse, I guess, to not feel quite right, to want to move things around again. So it's just been a constant process. It can get a little bit frustrating after a while, thinking, well, you know, are you going to just settle down in one spot and stop moving? So lately I've been doing a lot of art in front of the TV. I got myself one of those little Wendy Vecchi Make Art Stations, little magnetic surfaces that have just come out, and it's been great just as a little lap table to do art tags, watching TV and sort of unwinding. So make sure to check my Instagram because I put all the photos on there. But as you know, art journal pages as such, I haven't really done that much, I have to say. However, I'm getting finally to the journal tour. I did finish my Delusion art journal, the small one, quite a while ago, and I did start it also quite a few years ago now. I think probably 2016 or something like that, I'd say, maybe even 15. But because I work in different journals of different sizes, and art tags and other bits and, you know, of loose paper, it takes a long time to actually complete a whole journal. But I have finally, and actually it was a while ago, and I decided that I should probably show you all that good stuff that's in there. It might inspire you and entertain you. So without further ado, let's get to it, open it up, see what's in there. So get comfortable and let's get to it. Okay, my friends, I hope that you're ready for this flip through. So first of all, the cover, I did film a tutorial on how I created it. So make sure to have a look at my other videos. It's really easy, and you just need paint and a stencil pretty much, and a bit of gesso. That's all there is to it. Really easy and super effective. The key is just to get a really pretty and detailed stencil. I think this one was from, I can't remember her name. Sorry, I just cannot remember. Anyway, let's get started. So at the start of this, well, there's always a pocket in those Delusions journals, and I'd never really use it, so I haven't done anything to it, and nothing to this cover, although I would definitely could, but anyway, I haven't. So, okay, let's see. I find that the first page and the last page are a bit stiff and hard to reach, so I also leave those alone. But yeah, here, I'll try to show you a bit of the shine, because I certainly use a lot of shimmery acrylics, and I love when that sparkles. so I use those a lot. My favorite are the Pebeo iridescent colors, the Dynaflow colors that have a two-tone effect. So you can get something like a green with a yellow reflection, a red with the orangey reflection. I can't remember exactly, but they basically have two tones and they're amazing. So while I'm talking, you know, I'm trying to multitask and keep flipping the pages. This one I don't love so much, but it was fun to do at the time. This is really, it feels like a very old page now. But anyway, this is one of my favorite color combinations, the turquoise and the purple and sort of lime green yellow. Beautiful, they work. It's just so vibrant. Love this one too, just how the orange and the pinks really pop. Love the softness in this one. I'm not going to talk about every single one, but this one, yeah, it's all right. I love how happy and cheerful it was. And that stamp, which is a Caramel Studio stamp, that just really reminded me of little baubles, like a big cluster of baubles, so perfect for Christmas. That one's got a lot of gold and iridescent as well, as you can see in the light. This one I was playing with masks and the blue-black iridescent paint from Pebeo as well. So it looks a bit purpley, but it's just got an amazing, amazing shine. I'm trying to stay in focus here. Okay. This was done on a piece of deli paper, then I collaged on top of my journal pages here. Life is beautiful. Yes, it is. Even though sometimes we forget, we just get so caught up in just silly things, and I'm so guilty of that, especially lately. Just, you know, latch on onto something that shouldn't matter and just can't let go. So just have to take a deep breath in sometimes and just go nuts in your art journal. That's what you need to do. This was definitely a, you know, let go kind of page. I just went crazy, art marks and finger painting all the way. That felt really good and still does looking at it. Now this page and a few further back, I did while I was away on a road trip. So I used similar colors. I'll show you after. That was just a bit of an experiment with crayons mostly. That one I love. It's very abstract, but look at this glitter. If you don't know about this amazing unicorn-like kind of glitter, then this is, what is it called again? I'm getting old and losing my memories for sure. Let me just find it for you. There you go. So that's the Jo Sonja's Opal Dust. Look at this bottle of goodness. It's hard to see, but it's basically an amazing glitter. It's got a holographic effect and it's suspended in clear liquid. So you can spread it all over and the clear liquid will evaporate, leaving just that beautiful glittery goodness. Amazing. I've been using it for years and it feels like not enough people know about it. Okay, so this is another page I was talking about. So this one, along with this one, same color palette. I was on a road trip and I only brought a few colors with me. This is another that I'll talk about again. I only brought a few colors with me, so I sort of challenged myself to do a few pages with different styles. So I also did this one, limited supplies, and then this one. And also this one. So exactly the same colors. They're Americana colors. And that's all I had, and a few pencils and pens. So I just pushed myself to do something different on each one. Now back to this one. So this one is very special to me because I just decided to handwrite. You can see my handwriting is not very good, but anyway, it's fine. I can read it again. That's the main thing. It's basically the lyrics of a song by Matthew West. The song is called When I Say I Do, and obviously the title's pretty giving here. It's basically of songs that I used when I walked down the aisle, and I don't know how I came across this song. I had never heard it before until then. And the words were just, so beautiful and resonated so much with me that whenever I heard it, I would cry. I just could not, the beauty of it just made me cry. So even when I listened to it on my own, alone in the house on my iPod, I would still tear up. I just couldn't help it. So it was to the point like, what are we gonna do? I don't want to cry when I'm walking down the aisle. It's just at night, my friends looking at you, makeup's running down, not a good look. So I was a bit worried, or very worried actually. But I think that I cried so much prior that when I actually walked down the aisle, I didn't cry when I heard this song. I just walked down all calm and collected, cool as a cucumber. And funnily enough, it was my husband, Pete, who actually was crying at the end of the aisle. So it was extremely sweet and unexpected, to see that he was the one crying and not I. So this is a very special page to remember those beautiful moments. And also to never forget those beautiful lyrics, just in case I go senile one day. One day soon, I think. It's pretty clear that it's going to be very soon. Anyway, moving along. So you've seen these ones. This one I absolutely love as well. Just very simple. I didn't do a border or anything, but just love the texture. This is a stencil girl stencil. Love just the combination of colors. Absolutely love this one as well. Just the fact that it pops and there's so much energy in there. This one's very abstract and distressed. I was trying something else. And also a lot of shimmer on that one. Hopefully you can see that a little bit. I was trying to make it quite soft and, just dreamlike. Again, another one of my favorites. Very simple, just playing with stamps and stencils and just a bit of finger painting, but just the energy that comes from those pages makes me so happy. A bit contrasting, a bit less heavy with paints on this one, but still pretty. And even less paint. I think I just did something with watercolors in the background. And this paper is not really made for watercolors, but that's fine. I was playing along. I did a bit of embossing here, a bit of texture, and I did a little bit of foil, which I hope you can see here, shining. Just follow your heart. Moving along. Another fun page. You can see I don't really worry about the white border in the middle. I mean, it isn't our journal, You're supposed to just throw paint at it or whatever you feel like and just have fun and experiment. So these pages are in no way completely perfect, but they're perfectly imperfect, I think. It's just such a good place to have fun and, sort of keep a memory of some, a moment that you were feeling something specific, or, maybe a place you were at a specific time. This one, Adventure is Calling, I definitely was on a road trip. I mean, I was sitting in my van playing with my art supplies. So anything that helps you remember and disengage from reality for a little while is a good thing. Never has to be perfect. It should not be perfect. It should just be fun and, a representation of who you are and what you feel, and we shouldn't worry about what other people think. That said, obviously, I hope that you're enjoying this and that you're feeling a little bit of inspiration by maybe an element or a color combination. This is why I'm showing you all this. Obviously, our journals are very personal and intimate, so, I don't mind sharing. But not everyone likes showing all their intimate processes and thoughts. But you can always hide things in there, you can just write down your thoughts and paint over so they're in there, but no one can read them. Bit of shine on this one too. This one a little bit more bold. I love using black. It's just the contrast is so cool. It's something that was a little bit hard to use at first, years ago now, because it was a little bit scary to just have something so intense, but it works so well. So this is an example of something where I did handwrite a few things in the background, and I did some stamps on top, so you can't really see what's going on. It's all sort of blended into the background. I can't even read it myself, but I know it was a good page to sort of process something I was feeling at the time. This one I wish you could feel, because all this is done, this white part is done in texture paste, and it feels really nice, like these little tiny dots. Something a little bit different here. Can't remember where the inspiration came from, but something fun. Love these stamps here. It's so pretty. Another one I love, very simple. The feathers were a stamp from Carabelle Studio. And this border as well. Some more fun here. This is another one I really like. This is, again, a Carabelle Studio stamp. You can tell I love them. They're just so unique and detailed. Let's give you a bit of a close-up on this little angel there. Hopefully you can see some of the shimmer and the texture of these shapes here. It's very pretty and soft. You know, in comparison to this one, which is quite intense and graphic. I have many different styles. I like to explore a few things. But this is it, you know, last page already. Well, already when you think about it, you know, something like this actually was done over several years. So it is a lot of work and a lot of feelings in there, a lot of art and exploration. So, you know, like I said, I work in many journals, so it takes a long time to actually complete one. But this is it for this little dilution journal. I hope that you've enjoyed this, that you feel a bit of inspiration coming your way. And definitely leave me some comments below to let me know what you think. And yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.